Alrighty, folks, welcome in to Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School as we are set for Morgantown Post 2 and Wheeling Post 1, another American Legion baseball matchup. I'll get you set here with the starting lineups as we're ready for first pitch from the starting pitcher for Post 1, number 21, Brady Ernest, delivers to the right fielder from Morgantown Post 2, number 23, Brance McCune. So we get a stoppage here. I'll run down the lineups for both teams. I'll set Post 1 defensively. The 9-5 Wheeling Post 1. Host Morgantown Post 2 for the first time this season. Post 1 staying hot this season. Ernest delivers a curveball outside. Pushes the count to 2-1. On the right fielder, Brance McCune. McCune from University High School as Ernest delivers a fastball low, 3-1 on McCune. McCune, a 6-foot, 175-pound left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing right fielder as Ernest delivers ball 4 low in a leadoff walk for Post 2. We'll bring up the second baseman, number 13, Dylan Travinsky. We'll run down real quick the starting lineup for Post 2. Batting third, the first baseman, number 28, Nate Wolf. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 22, Tommy Montague. And pitching, and in the 5 spot, number 11, Mason Cheney. In left field, number 5, Lucas Shin. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 6, Parker Jeffries. The 8 hitter, the catcher, number 25, Joey DeRigi. And at shortstop, rounding out the lineup, number 9, Danny Grabo. As Ernest's first pitch to Travinsky's fouled away, 0-1 on the second baseman. Travinsky, a Fairmont State product, as he shows bunts it right back to the mound. Ernest going to go to second, throw is high, and pulls Murray off of the bag, and everybody will be safe. As I don't think they would have had a chance for a double play, but the throw from Ernest off the hard bunt high, and Morgantown in business here early in the top of the first. Runners on first and second. We'll bring up the first baseman, number 28, Nate Wolf. Nate Wolf, a West Virginia Tech player. Utility man, 6'1", 230. Big, strong-looking kid is Nate Wolf. As Ernest finds himself in some trouble here early as that fastball from Ernest swung on and fouled straight back from Nate Wolf. Another college product on Post 2's starting lineup. Ernest sets. Looks back at the runner, delivers, and Wolf going to show a bunt. He's going to bunt it right back to Ernest. About the same exact spot as Travinsky bunted it back, but Ernest will toss that over first easy. Runners advance. Runners on second and third with 1 out. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 22, Tommy Montague. Interesting there. Post 2, back-to-back bunts with nobody out in the first inning. So Post 2 not afraid to show a little small ball as Montague, the cleanup hitter from University High School. Curveball low. Ball 1 from Ernest, blocked up by the catcher Jack Selman for Post 1. Set Post 1 defensively down to third base, Ethan Clark, shortstop. As always, Jackson Murray at second base, Seth Cover. Down at first base, Reese Davis. As Ernest sets, takes a check on a runner at second. Couple looks. Delivers. Fastball up. Ball 2, 2-0 on Montague. Out in left field for Post 1, Chris Upton. In center field, number 8, Braxton Billick. And out in right field, Zade Billings. Selman today doing the catching. As a delivery from Ernest, the 2-0 fastball swung on and fouled straight back from the big third baseman, Tommy Montague. Tell you what, Post 2's got some size here. The right-handed pitcher and infielder, Tommy Montague, 6'3", 240 from University High School. I'm sure he's got some college look. if he hasn't already committed somewhere. I don't have that information on me. It's a fastball delivered from Ernest, up 3-1 on Monte. You got to think big left-handed swing. Tommy Monte going to be geared up for a 3-1 fastball here, trying to get the job done here, at least get the ball in play, get something in the outfield. Fly ball is Ernest. Quick pitches a little bit there from Monte. Swung on and missed the 3-1. Healthy cut by the cleanup man. 3-2. Ernest would love a strikeout here. Second and third for post 2. One down here in the top of the first. Ernest sets, delivers, and that ball is crushed to deep right center field. I think that ball is way, way, way out of here for Tommy Montague. Absolutely crushed from the big cleanup hitter from University High School. Tommy Montague absolutely just unloaded on a home run to dead center field, a little bit towards right center. The wind did not help that ball at all. A 3-2 fastball up from Brady Ernest. Absolutely crushed from Tommy Montague. 3-0 post 2. My goodness. Hello, Tommy Montague in post 2. An early 3-0 lead for Morgantown, as that'll bring up the pitcher number 11, Mason Chaney, who takes a peek down to third, squares the bunt, pulls back, ball 1 for Ernest. So Ernest got to settle down here. 3-0 post 2 after a 3-run homer from Tommy Montague. Deep into the right center field alley. Cleared the tall the tall red wall out there in deep right center. Way up into the trees for Montague. As Ernest missed with that pitch. 1-1. Curveball up for ball 2. 2-1. On the pitcher today, Mason Chaney. Chaney actually a West Liberty product, my alma mater. As that one's lined right to the third baseman. Nice catch there for Ethan Clark. Took one step to his left, stuck his glove out, and snagged that one for the second out. I'll bring up the left fielder, number 5, Lucas Shin. So a hard hit ball there for the West Liberty product, Chaney. Again, we'll bring up left fielder, Lucas Shin. Lucas Shin from Morgantown High School. 5'10", 175-pound right-handed hitter. Is that delivery from Ernest down? Ball 1, 1-0. If you're just listening here on the Watchdog Radio Network, we are also streaming on youtube.com/the Pioneer Studios. As that one's lifted out into center field, Braxton Billick will go over and he'll make the catch easy into right center field. But not after a 3-run bomb from the cleanup hitter, Tommy Montague, to give post 2 a 3-0 lead. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Post 1 coming up.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit TechnoCapClosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
All righty, folks, welcome back in to Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School as Morgantown post 2 leads Wheeling post 1 3-0 heading to the bottom of the first. Set your lineup for post 1. Leading off the left fielder, number 12, Chris Upton. At second base, number 22, Seth Cover. At shortstop, number 35, hitting third, Jackson Murray. The cleanup hitter today to the first baseman, number 4, Reese Davis. Hitting fifth, the right fielder, number 1, Zade Billings. And your DH batting sixth, number 6, Henry Anderson. Third base, number 9. Hitting seventh is Ethan Clark. Catching number 2 and hitting eighth, Jack Selman. And rounding out the lineup, the 9-hitter, center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick. And doing your pitching today for post 1, number 21, Brady Ernest. As Chris Upton, the left-handed hitter. Step up to the plate here is post 2. Going to break their huddle on the mound. Here we go. Starting on the mound for post 2, the pitcher number 11, Mason Chaney from West Liberty, as Chris Upton bunts through the first pitch. Tried to bunt for a hit. As Mason Chaney in the first inning, actually hitting for himself, lined out to third. Chaney sets, delivers the right-hander. Upton fouled straight back. 0-2 now on Upton. So post 1 going to be tested early here. As back in the top of the first, Tommy Montague hit an absolute bomb to center field to give post 2 an early 3-0 lead here at Patriot Field on a very hot night. As Upton grounds to short. Shortstop coming on, going to hit the heel of his glove, recover, and Chris Upton will be safe at first. So the shortstop, Danny Grabo, took about 2 steps in as Upton hit about a 3-hopper right to him and hit the heel of his glove, fell down, and by the time Grabo picked it back up and delivered to first, Upton was safe. So post 1, got a leadoff runner on. Here in the bottom of the first, it'll bring up the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. Cover batting .562 this summer so far, as that curveball from Chaney in there for strike 1. Cover from Wheeling Central. And it's amazing. He's hitting .562, and there's a guy above him who's on deck as Chaney throws over to first, runner safe. We'll get to that guy on deck here shortly. So 0-1 on Seth Cover. Mason Chaney sets, kicks, and fires as Upton takes off. Fastball up will be a ball, and Upton will be safe at second. Chris Upton swipes second and is down there with nobody out. 1-1 on Cover. So Chris Upton swipes second, runner on second, nobody out for post 1 in the bottom of the second, the bottom of the first inning. Mason Chaney sets and delivers as Cover drives one deep to left field. Left fielder going over. Looks like he's going to have some room. He'll make the catch right in front of the warning track. Throw back in to second. Upton will stay there. So Cover gives it a ride, but just short. Thought that might have a chance to get out of here, but died right at the warning track. So 1 down. Here in the bottom of the first, we'll bring up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray, who I just was talking about. Murray, you're going to have a hard time believing this when I say this, hitting .630. You heard that right, .630 on the summer in 14 games played, 57 plate appearances. Is that curveball from Chaney up, misses 1-0. Again, if you didn't hear me, .630 Jackson Murray's hitting. Absolutely incredible. One of the better hitters that I've seen come through post 1 in a long, long time. Has Chaney taking a long look. He'll deliver fastball. Murray drives one to left field, but it'll be right at the left fielder, Lucas Shin, as he took about 6 or so steps to his left. Made the catch, and 2 down here for post 1. Bottom of the first will bring up the first baseman, number 4, Reese Davis. Davis playing first base today for post 1. Cheney, long look at Upton out at second. He'll deliver curveball, missed upstairs. Ball 1. Davis hitting .333 on the summer. 10 games played, 34 plate appearances, 27 at bats. As Davis drives one to the left center field. That's going to burn the left fielder and will bounce over the wall. So Reese Davis gets post 1 on the board after a ground rule double. Bounces over the left center field wall, scores Upton. And post 1 cuts into the lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. So Reese Davis, hello. Ball was crushed into left center field. We'll bring up the right fielder, number 1, Zade Billings. Davis out there at second base. Takes his lead as Cheney looks back at him. Curveball missed outside, 1-0. Reese Davis bumps his average up from .333. Zade Billings hitting .342 on the year. A lot of high averages on this post 1 team as Billings calls time. As you will see throughout this lineup, it's honestly amazing. Some of these offensive numbers for post 1 is second pitch fastball misses up, 2-0 on Zade Billings. Billings, a freshman at West Liberty, so 2 teammates going at it right here. Cheney and Billings, the West Lib products. Is that pitch down low, 3-0 to Billings. Steps out, collects himself. Make sure to hydrate out there today as it is a scorcher up here on the hill. Breeze hardly blowing. Those flags are pretty still out there in left center field. That'll be ball 4, so 4-pitch walk to Billings. We'll bring up the DH number 6, Henry Anderson. Anderson in 12 games played, hitting .367. As we're going to have a mound visit here for post 2. Good time for me to tell you a little bit about T&Y Payroll Pros. Today's broadcast is brought to you by T&Y Payroll Pros, your hometown resource for expert tax, accounting, and financial services. Whether you're a business owner looking for smart bookkeeping solutions or just need to help navigating your personal taxes, James Taylor and his team have the experience and dedication to get the job done right. Conveniently located in the Ohio Valley and trusted by clients for over 30 years. Visit JamesTaylorCPA.com to learn more. Thank you always to all of our sponsors. We'll get to them here shortly. Mason Cheney steps back off the mound after that visit. Post 2. Pitching coach waved all of his players off. Just wanted to talk to Cheney and the catcher Joey DeRigi. As Anderson, ready to go, fouls one straight back right over my head. I actually don't think that ball ever came down. Hit the net. I didn't see it fall. But 0-1 on Henry Anderson. Again, Anderson hitting .367. And 12 games played, 40 plate appearances. Cheney delivers curveball. Just missed outside. I think he wanted that pitch. 1-1 on Anderson. Big right-handed hitter. Anderson from Brook High School. So Anderson, the only guy from up north on a roster. As Billings takes his lead off a second, Cheney looks. Delivers fastball, misses low. 2-1 on Anderson. Runners on first and second for post 1. They trail 3-1 here in the bottom of the first. 2-1 on Henry Anderson. Mason Cheney trying to work out of this jam for post 2. He delivers. Anderson swings through a fastball. 2-2 on Anderson. Love to see Anderson shorten up here, maybe poke one out the right field. Big hole on that right side. As a second baseman, Dylan Travinsky playing pretty close to the bag. Now he retreats. Cheney delivers. Anderson. Oof. As everybody flinched there. Looked like a pretty good curveball there from Mason Cheney. I know he wanted that pitch, but called a ball. So 3-2. Runners are going to be off with the pitch. Anderson choked up a little bit. Hands close to himself. Cheney delivers. Curveball missed up again. So ball 4. Anderson walks. Back-to-back walks for post 1. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 9, Ethan Clark. So after a big 3-run homer by Tommy Montag in the top of the first inning, post 1 threatening with the tying run out on second. So Ethan Clark could tie this thing back up quickly with a base hit. The left-handed hitting third baseman from West Virginia Wesleyan. So, again, another college player. I'm sure Cheney maybe has faced him this spring. As Clark swings, fouls one back. Going to maybe make it over the road here at Patriot Field. 1-1 on Clark. Big lefty Clark. Hitting .318. 28 plate appearances. As that pitch down low, kicks away from the catcher. He can't find it. And Reese Davis will come in and make this a 3-2 ball game. Everybody moves up, so now a 1-run game here in the bottom of the first. Now, amazingly, post 1 can take the lead with a base hit. As Cheney delivers, 2-1. Fouled off the foot of Clark. Make it 2-2. It's amazing. I'm looking down our stats here, and I go down towards the bottom, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe Ethan Clark, it doesn't have the best average. Just .318. I think maybe like the 12th highest average on the team. Just a measly .318. As Clark lines one right at the shortstop, Danny Grabo, as he catches for the third out. So post 1, after going down 3-1 or 3-0 in the top of the first inning, puts 2 on the board, makes it a 1-run game. 3-2 Morgantown heading to the top of the second inning.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
Welcome back in Patriot Field here on a hot June night as Morgantown post 2 coming to bat at the top of the second inning. They lead 3-2, and leading off from Morgantown will be the center fielder, number 6, Parker Jeffries. And yet again, another college player, Parker Jeffries, 5'10", 165, outfielder from Garrett College in Maryland. Brady Ernest set for his second inning of work. Delivers a fastball low, misses ball 1. 1-0. to Parker Jeffries, the center fielder. Looks like a scrappy little player is Jeffries as he takes a strike in there for strike one, 1-1. Jeffries got the high socks, black stirrups. As that fastball misses up, you're just listening on the radio. And actually, Jubb, let me know if you're trying to listen on the radio. We've got some technical difficulties back at the studio, but if you're on the stream, you can obviously hear me. That fastball misses up. 3-1 on the leadoff hitter here in the second inning, Parker Jeffries. Ernest does not want to leadoff walk here as that fastball misses in, and he will walk Parker Jeffries. So a leadoff walk yet again here in the second inning. Brings up the catcher, number 25, Joey DeRigi. I believe I'm saying that right. Deiriggi. DeRigi, I think. Got a narrow stance. The tight pants as he shows bunt. Will bunt it right back to the pitcher. Ernest going to throw to second. And this time, Murray able to hang on to the bag. We'll get the first out and the lead runner. So twice we've seen the same exact thing. Leadoff walk to start the inning and then a bunt right back to the pitcher. Ernest goes to second. The first time threw high, Murray wasn't able to stay on the bag. This time, a little bit lower throw from Ernest. Murray able to hold the bag. So first out for post one here in the bottom of the second. We'll bring up the 9-hitter, the shortstop, number 9, Danny Grabo. Grabo from University High School. Is that first pitch fastball in there for strike one? 6'1", 190. Right-handed hitting infielder. We have a courtesy runner down there at first base. I believe that is Anton Crudup from Morgantown High School. As he squares the bunt is Grabo. Ernest over bare hands throws the first. Nice play from Brady Ernest to get off the mound and field that bunt. So we have seen 4 bunt attempts so far from Morgantown. But a nice play for Brady Ernest. Field his position as he's huffing and puffing up on that mound. But again, it is a hot, hot night here at Patriot Field. I'm sure everybody is feeling it out there. I'll get you the real feel right now. 91 here in Wheeling. 91 feels like 95 as it is humid. Fastball misses low from Ernest. To the leadoff hitter for Morgantown, post 2. The right fielder, number 23, Brance McCune. McCune walked back in the first inning. 1-0 to McCune, lefty. Right fielder is Ernest going to spin. No throw, back to second base. Crudup back in there safely. Brance. I don't know if I've ever known anybody named Brance. Is that pitch in there for strike one? 1-1 on McCune. Ernest likes what he sees. Shakes, yes. Delivers. Curveball down low. Blocked up by Selman. Hit him in the mask and fell straight down. Looked like Ernest was a little frustrated with himself there. Thought he should have made a better pitch on that curveball, but still 2-1. Base open. Morgantown leads 3-2 here at the top of the second inning. As that one's grounded to first base. Davis back, and it eats him up, bounces off his wrist, and goes all the way down into the right field corner. Crudup is going to score. McCune all the way into third. I'd be interested to see the ruling on that. I'm going to probably say that's an error on Davis. As that ball ate him up, took a big hop and was kind of in between. Hit him on the heel of his big first baseman and rolled all the way down into the right field corner, and Morgantown takes a 4-2 lead. So kind of a tough break as Ernest is going to appeal over to third. That Crudup may have missed third, but nobody really paying attention to him as umpires watching elsewhere. So maybe a good try there from Ernest, but unsuccessful as that first pitch, it'll be 1-0 on Dylan Travinsky, the second baseman, number 13. We're back in the first inning. He bunted and reached as Ernest threw high to second base. Is that fastball in there, 1-1 on Travinsky. Travinsky from Fairmont State. Stout 5'10", 210 players. That one's lofted into left field, falling fast, and that's going to find some green, bounce high as Travinsky going to put the brakes on, and he will have a single, and Morgantown takes a 5-2 lead here in the top of the second. So post 2 getting to Brady Ernest early. Looks like he's really working out there on that mound as, again, it is a hot, hot night. It's a Morgantown dugout getting up. We'll bring up this first baseman, number 28, Nate Wolf. He had a sac bunt back in the first inning, was successful. Moved the runners up to second and third with 1 out. And then after that, Tommy Montag hit an absolute bomb out to center field as that one's crushed deep to left field, way back, and it is going to stay in the yard. Nice catch out there for Chris Upton, as that ball looked like that was easily going to get out, and kind of like Seth Cover's ball just died out there in left field, and Chris Upton makes a sliding catch as even the Morgantown dugout got up and thought that one was gone, but either way, Morgantown tacks on 2 more. They lead 5-2 heading to the bottom of the second inning.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV. With full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back in. Patriot Field as Morgantown Post 2 leads Wheeling Post 1 5-2 heading to the bottom of the second inning. If you're in the stream, let us know where you're watching from, and we apologize if we have a little lag or so. It's the this heat is not good for not only humans but technology too, and our cameras I think are maybe a little bit slow. I think Jub's laptop is heating up a little bit, so if you experience any lag here on the stream, we apologize. The heat is no joke. Here, as I said, it feels like 95 up here in Wheeling, but we play on. As leading off for Post 1, the bottom of the second inning, is the catcher, number 2, Jack Selman. Selman. Hitting .294 on the summer. 14 games played, 53 plate appearances. Jack Selman, a freshman at Wheeling University. So, again, another college product. Is that pitch in there for strike 1 from Cheney. So, Cheney, the West Liberty player, delivers to the Wheeling University player. To probably the biggest rivals in the MEC. Sure, these guys probably don't like each other, but heck, Two different teams now. Is that ball low from Cheney? 1-1 on Selman. Cheney kicks, delivers. Fastball misses up, 2-1 on the big right-handed hitting Jack Selman. Selman armored up there at the plate. He's got the hand guard, the elbow guard, the ankle guard, the sliding mitt in his back pocket as that one's grounded to the shortstop. Throw over to first in time. We'll get Selman at first. Nice play from Danny Graybo, the shortstop. Nice and routine. Strong throw over to first. Be the first out. I'll bring up the center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick. First time I'm getting to see Braxton play this year. Billick, state champion at Wheeling Central, as that first pitch fastball in there for strike one from Cheney. Braxton hitting .444 on the year. 4 games played, 14 plate appearances, so not a huge sample size, but nonetheless, .444 for Billick. Is that curveball in there for strike 2? 0-2 on Billick. Billick, the 9-hitter, going to try to get on, set up the top of the order as Cheney delivers. Curveball misses up, 1-2 on Billick. Billick also got the armor, the elbow guard. Actually, almost goes up to his forearm. Sliding mitt, his back pocket, the black Jordan cleats. Post one in their gold tops, white pants as Billick is drilled right in the back. So he'll take that on a 1-2 pitch. So Braxton Billick hit by a pitch. He'll head down to first base and set up top of the order. Bring back up the left fielder, number 12, Chris Upton, who reached on an error by the shortstop in the first inning. Is umpire going to talk to Cheney. I think looked like he was telling him that he's got to come set. And that's always an interesting thing, you know, that it's some coaches are big sticklers on it. Like if they see a guy not pause, as that first pitch from Cheney misses outside, high and away, 1-0 on Upton. But you'll get those coaches that are sticklers on it and, you know, kind of yell out at the umpire, he's got to come set, he's got to come set. But if it's blatant, it's usually it's one of those calls that's probably not going to get called unless it's blatant. As Upton swings to that fastball, 1-1. You don't see it often, but there are guys that do get away with it, where they don't come set and just go. As Billick takes off for second, he'll be in there easily with a stolen base. No contest. Braxton Billick swipes second. Pitch was up. Actually, not a terrible pitch to throw on for Joey DeRigi, but Billick just far too quick. 2-1 on Chris Upton. Billick out there at second base, 5-2. Morgantown leads. Cheney peeks back at Billick. Long look. Upton fouls that one away. That's going to land. Hits the guardrail, actually. So saved a foul ball. We always like that. That one looked like it was going to bounce way into the weeds over across the road, but was saved by the guardrail. Somebody got to get on that foul ball. 2-2 on Chris Upton, the left fielder, left-handed hitter. And he swings to that curveball. Nice pitch from Mason Cheney, a curveball down and in. Tied up Upton. Don't see that often from Upton. So 2 outs for Morgantown in the bottom of the second. We'll bring up the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover, who drove one to the warning track his last time up. Just like, I believe that was Nate Wolf, was last inning. Drove one way out to the warning track, but died right in front of it. Thought it was gone. Got pretty excited, but Seth Cover will take first pitch fastball strike. Mason Cheney, long look out at Billick. Finally delivers. Curveball misses up. Cover, another Wheeling Central product, state champion. Gotta feel good going into summer ball after winning a state championship. As he ground one to the shortstop, he goes down to a knee, gets back up, throws in time. Nice play again from Danny Graybo. Going down to a knee, stood back up and made a strong throw over to first base for the third out. And it'll retire post 1, and we'll head to the top of the third. Morgantown post 2 leads 5-2.
Need to unplug, recharge, and reconnect with what matters? Then it's time to experience Glamp Life, a luxury outdoor retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Nestled in the rolling hills of Ohio, Glamp Life is where modern comfort meets natural beauty. Stay in a handcrafted A-frame cabin overlooking a private lake, cozy up in a vintage Airstream, or bring your own RV. We've got full hookups and a dump station ready for you. Only 15 minutes from Cambridge and just a short drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and West Virginia. Your escape is closer than you think. Spend your days hiking scenic trails, lounging on a sandy beach, or casting a line in peaceful catch-and-release waters filled with bass, catfish, bluegill, and more. Whether you're planning a team-building retreat, a family adventure, or a quiet weekend away, Glamp Life helps you experience the outdoors without sacrificing comfort. Book your getaway now at glamplife.com, where nature meets luxury and peace of mind is just a click away.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back in to Patriot Field as Morgantown Post 2 leads Wheeling Post 1 5-2. The top of the third, leading off for Post 2 is the cleanup hitter, number 22, the third baseman, Tommy Montague, who again hit an absolute tank out to center field. His first time up gave Post 2 an early 3-0 lead as Ernest delivers ball 1 down low. Another fastball misses low, so 2-0 on Tommy Montague, the big third baseman. 6'3", 240. That fastball from Ernest misses up. As Jubb says, there's a wasp on the camera. If you're in the stream, let us know where you're tuning in from. The happiest face, one happy world. Thanks for checking in. What's the over-under on this game? That fastball misses low from Ernest. 4-pitch walk to Montague. So he'll trot down to first. We'll bring up the pitcher, number 11, Mason Chaney, who lined out right to the third baseman, Ethan Clark. Last time up, is Cover going to come in to have a few words with his Wheeling Central teammate, Brady Ernest. Back to your question, happiest face. You know, I don't know what the over-under would have been on this game. If I had to say, probably would have been pretty high, as both of these teams can swing it pretty darn good. As Chaney will take a fastball outside, so 5 straight balls from Ernest, 1-0 on the pitcher. Mason Chaney, again, a West Liberty Hilltopper. Good to see he's playing some summer balls. Montague takes off, but Chaney fouls one off. Probably it looked like a hit and run there. As the big Tommy Montague, again, a 6'3", 240 from University as Tommy Montague. Ernest got his sign, delivers. Curveball lined up the middle for Chaney. As dugout yelling too, as Montague had to make sure that got through, but he makes it into second safely in post 2. 2 runners on here in the top of the third with nobody out. We'll bring up the left fielder, number 5, Lucas Shin. He lined out to center field his last time up in the first inning. So Mason Chaney, the pitcher, helping himself out. Lines one right back up the middle. Post 2 in business again. Lucas Shin, as he squares, pops it up. Selman gave it a look, but hit the screen. 0-1. So again, post 2, not afraid to play some small ball. Lucas Shin, the 5'10", 175 player from Morgantown High School. Shin taking a peek out down at third. See what kind of defense post 1 puts on here as he squares again, bunts it right back to the pitcher. As Ernest going to look to third. Nice throw. And got the runner at third as Montague, not the quickest runner. Ernest pounced on it out to his left. Made a nice strong throw to the third baseman, Ethan Clark, to get the lead runner. So a big first out there for post 1. We'll bring up a center fielder, number 6, Parker Jeffries. He walked his last time up. So 1 down here in the top of the third. Runners on first and second for post 2. That one's fouled back. Gonna go out of play, hit our roof here in the press box. As it is, it's definitely not cool up here in this press box. Sun is beating through the windows right now. Jubb's got his hand in his head in his hands. He's sweating. I'm sweating. Everybody's sweating today. As Ernest will spin, no throw back to second base. Little inside move just to check on the runner. Ernest kicks, delivers, curveball in there for a strike. 0-2 on the center fielder, Parker Jeffries. So after a walk and a single, Lucas Shin bunted right back to Ernest. Ernest threw to third to get the lead out. That big lead first out for post 1 as that one's lined into center field. Will hang up for Billick. He'll make the catch. Runners will have to stay put. As Billick came in 4 or 5 steps and made the catch. Be the second out of the inning for post 1. Ernest trying to work out of the jam. It'll bring up the catcher, number 25, Joey DeRigi. DeRigi last time, he bunted right back to Ernest. Threw to second, got the out there. And that fastball misses away, ball 1. DeRigi. Not on my roster here. Don't know where he goes to high school. Not on the roster that was given as that fastball bounces out of the mid of Selman. But runners will stay put. 2-0 on the catcher, DeRigi. Can I believe I'm saying that correctly? Is the happiest face watching from Worcester, Maryland, or Massachusetts. This Jubb, we got a message from Michael Goodwin. Says the scoreboard displayed in between innings still lists Parkersburg. So thank you to Michael. That's right, the happiest face. That's how you pronounce it. A lot of people probably say Worcester. It's Worcester. As that ball misses up in a 4-pitch walk. So the catcher, DeRigi, will load the bases for post 2. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 9, Danny Grabo. He grounded back. Or excuse me, he tried to bunt back in the second inning. Back to Ernest. Ernest made a nice play to hop off the mound and throw over to first for the out. As Coach Henry will head to the mound for a mound visit. He told me before the game that he needed to talk to Coach Dell, who was complaining about his mound visits, but he said there's a reason for him, so I believe him. It's post 1. The infield will disperse. Everybody back to their positions. And Ernest ready to roll. Back up here for the shortstop, Danny Graybo. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the third. Morgantown leads 5-2 as Graybo takes a first pitch fastball in there, strike 1. His happiest face is happy how I pronounce Worcester. As Ernest delivers a curveball. That one's lined into right center field. Billick on the run. Nice sliding catch for Braxton Billick. That ball looked like it was destined for right center field. Was going to split the alley, but Braxton Billick and his speed tracks it down. Keeps post 2 off the board here in the top of the third. So some momentum for post 1 heading into the bottom of the third inning. They still trail 5-2. We'll be right back.
If your business needs an ATM, call the ATM man, Stan Stasinski, a former Post 1 player and proud supporter of Wheeling American Legion Post 1 baseball. Need it fast? The ATM man offers same-day ATM placement. Are your credit card processing fees too high? Call the ATM man today at 304-215-3165. Locally owned but local service. Whether you need credit card processing or ATM placement, call the ATM man at 304-215-3165. That's 304-215-3165.
Looking for a smarter way to manage your business finances? James Taylor, CPA in Wheeling, West Virginia is your go-to pro for hassle-free bookkeeping, payroll, tax prep, and more. Powered by secure cloud-based software. Accessible, efficient, personalized. With 15+ years of experience, James brings peace of mind to your numbers so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business. Call 304-905-8372 or visit jamestaylorcpa.com. Accounting made simple, the way it should be.
Back here at Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School after a nice sliding catch out in right center field for post 1, and Braxton Billick will bring Wheeling post 1 back in the dugout, leading off for post 1. The shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray, who I was talking about earlier, will be a little bit lower than it is now, but before his last at-bat was hitting, again, .630 in 57 plate appearances. I mean, folks, that is absolutely absurd as he lined out hard to left field. Here's last time up. Takes a fastball in there, strike 1. Murray hit a bullet right at the left fielder, Lucas Shin. His last time up in the first inning. 0-1 on Murray. Cheney delivers a curveball up. Hung it, but Murray fouls it straight back. He took a healthy cut at that one. Again, if you're tuned in on the stream, let us know where you're watching from, how your day's going, who you're rooting for. As Mason Cheney delivers an 0-2 pitch. Murray tied up. My goodness. If that didn't hit the bat, probably was going to hit him. Fastball up and in. Handcuff Murray. He was a little shook up after that one. Ooh. But he's back in there, 0-2. How about a base hit here to make himself feel better? As that curveball misses just outside. Cheney wanted that one. 1-2 on the shortstop, Murray. Cheney sets, goes from the stretch, even with nobody on. Kicks, Murray fouls one off to the right side. Just foul as the first baseman, Nate Wolf, tried to get that one before it went into foul territory. So Murray doing a good job of staying alive here. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The leading hitter in post 1 lineup. Right-handed hitter. As he fouls another one away on a curveball. Cheney actually shaking his head there. Looked like he loved that pitch. Probably thinking, how in the world did Jackson Murray just get a piece of that? So Murray putting together a good at-bat here. Trying to get a runner on for post 1 in the bottom of the third as they trail 5-2. Cheney long pause delivery and a fastball swung on and missed by Murray. Nice pitch from Cheney to go up the ladder. Pitch actually looked like it was about at Murray's head and looked a little bit too good for him. His eyes lit up and swung right through it. So a strikeout for Cheney to lead off the bottom of the third here. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 4, Reese Davis. He doubled into left center field, a ground rule double. Back in the first inning as he'll take a first pitch fastball. Davis hitting .333 before that last at bat. Bumped his average up. As that one will hit him right in the shoulder. So Reese Davis takes one for the team. We'll head down to first base. Bring up the right fielder, number 1, Zade Billings, who walked his first time up. Zade Billings hitting .342 on the year. 48 plate appearances. So Davis will lead up for first. Cheney steps back. Right back on. Look in, shake. Now he likes what he sees. Billings in that crouch stance. We'll take a first pitch fastball outside. Trying to tune in on the radio. Had some technical difficulties back at the studio, so won't be able to be on the radio today as Billings takes a fastball in there on the outer half. Strike 1. Looks down, gets his signs from Coach Castello. Cheney working on his third inning. Struck out Murray to start the inning and then hit Reese Davis. Throw over to first. Not in time. Check on Davis. He stays put. Probably not going to run here in this situation as Billings swings through that one. 1-2. On the right fielder, Billings. As Cheney sets. Gets in, likes his sign, delivers, and a curveball swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Cheney. Actually bounced 2 or 3 feet in front of the plate. Billings reached for it. And that'll be the second out of the inning. 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the third for Mason Cheney. Will bring up the DH, number 6, Henry Anderson, who also walked in his first plate appearance. Anderson hitting .367 on the year. Takes a first pitch ball inside. Anderson, the DH today. Seen him out at third base, over at first base, and on the mound so far this year. It's Cheney. Fastball fouled back by Anderson. Henry Anderson, like I said, from Brook High School. The only guy from Brook on the roster. Coach Costain, the guys up there up north in Brook County had a good year. As Mason Cheney delivers ball 2 to Anderson, 2-1. Cheney. Faster curveball up, So 3-1 on Henry Anderson. Runner on first as Reese Davis was hit by a pitch. 2 down here in the bottom of the third for post 1. Henry Anderson looks like he couldn't. Oh, and he did. He is good. Was able to check his swing. As from here, looked like he swung, but said that he held up was the field umpire. So ball 4 to Anderson. We'll put runners on first and second for post 1. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for post 2. See who they bring in. While they do that, we'll give you a rundown our sponsors real quick. Technocap Closures, a global leader in metal packaging with a proud presence right here in the Ohio Valley. From food and beverage to cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, Technocap manufactures high-quality closures and packaging solutions trusted by major brands around the world. With innovation, sustainability, and local jobs at the forefront, Technocap is helping shape the future of manufacturing. Learn more at technocapclosures.com, as well as Mail America, one of the nation's leading direct mail production companies, proudly based right here in the Ohio Valley. For over 35 years, Mail America has delivered fast, affordable, and effective direct mail services for clients across the country. From design to delivery, they handle it all under one roof. When it comes to direct mail that gets results, trust the experts at mailamerica.com. And we'll run down all of our sponsors that make this possible. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. Bernie Glenn Insurance's job is putting a thank you up on the screen. That's what everybody was pointing at. But yes, he has got a thank you up on the screen. We couldn't do it without all of you. Again, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, ATM Man, Stan Szynski, Wakeham's Bar, Schmidt Brothers, Sunoco, S&D Painting, Glamp Life, Technocap Closures, T&Y Payroll Pros, Tenant Law Office, Mail America, and, of course, Belmont Savings Bank and Todd Cover and Alicia over there. Belmont, my bank, who I trust very much. As we have a pitching change here for post number 2. Will actually be the shortstop who moves into the mound, Danny Grabo. See if Cheney is going to go to short. We'll see here. As it looks like Cheney is going to slide over to second base, and then Dylan Travinsky, who was at second, is going to head over to short. So your changes are Grabo comes into the mound, Cheney goes to second, and Travinsky goes over to short. And after that walk to Anderson, we'll bring up the third baseman, number 9, Ethan Clark, who lined out to shortstop. His last at bat is Clark is going to pop that one up, falling fast and going to fall in the middle of the infield, barehanded by Cheney. What a play! Mason Cheney, what a play! As Ethan Clark popped that ball up right over the mound, took a high bounce, and Cheney barehanded and threw on the run to get Clark at first base, and he was fired up after that one. Was screaming, "Let's go," as he ran off the field. Mason Cheney, so right off of the mound after the one pitch as he moves to second base, makes a barehanded play, keeps post 1 off the field, as we will head to the top of the 4th. Morgantown leads 5-2.
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Welcome back to Patriot Field here in a beautiful Wheeling, West Virginia. Hot Wheeling, West Virginia right now, as I am definitely sweating up here in the press box. And I wanted to go back. Jubb was saying thank you to our sponsors, but also Michael Goodwin here in the stream, who let us know that the scoreboard said Parkersburg, so Jubb was able to change it. So thank you, Michael, and thank you to everybody tuning in here to the broadcast today. Looks like Mother checking in with Evie the dog as we are set here. The top of the fourth as Brady Ernest still working out on the mound for post one and leading off for post two, the right fielder, number 23, Brance McCune. McCune walked and reached on an error his first two at-bats as he takes another ball outside, 2-0 on Brance. Again, I don't know if I've ever known anybody named Brance. Pretty cool name. Brance McCune. As McCune swings, fouls that one away off to the left side. Will fall into the grass over to our left. Again, we got to get somebody on that. We do. We got a man on that. We got to go get the foul balls. As Ernest shakes off the 2-1. Likes what he sees. Delivers fastball down low. So McCune out ahead 3-1. If you're just tuning in, Mason Chaney, who was a starting pitcher, moved out to second base, and the very first pitch after made an incredible barehanded play to get post two in the dugout on a little pop-up behind the mound, took a high bounce, and Chaney barehanded and threw on the run to get Ethan Clark at first base. And after that, post two will get another leadoff walk. Brance McCune reaches. We'll bring up now the shortstop for post two, number 13, Dylan Travinsky. He reached in the first inning after a sacrifice bunt attempt was thrown high to second base. Pulled the shortstop Murray off the bag by Ernest. And then singled his second time up. First pitch fastball in as Travinsky squares the bunt again, pops it up. Will fall into foul territory. Selman gave it a try. But a little bit too far out of his reach, so 0-2 on Dylan Travinsky. Now the shortstop. Travinsky. .5'10", 210 infielder from Fairmont State. So another college product as Travinsky fouls that one back. Almost into the press box here. Hit the, probably could hear it on the microphone, hit the wall right in front of me. If I'd have had a glove, I think I could have gloved that one. That's Sean Hanley, the umpire, looking back at me. He's seen me play a few times. I think I don't know if I would have hit it, but I may have fielded it. As Ernest throws over to first, not in time. He sets now, delivers. That one's grounded to the right, or the left side, excuse me. Murray, long throw in the hole. Got his man. As Jackson Murray ranged far to his right. Threw on the run in the hole, on the fly, right on the money. So the first baseman, Reese Davis, didn't even have to pick it. What a play for Jackson Murray as he went way to his right because he was in double play depth. Threw way deep in the hole, and a beauty from Jackson Murray. The first out here in the top of the fourth is that first pitch to Nate Wolf, the first baseman. Number 3 hitter in there for a strike. Brance McCune does head down to second on the play as Ernest delivers a curveball, pops straight up. Might stay in play for Selman. Selman throws his mask, and he's got it. So a foul out from Nate Wolf will bring up the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, number 22, Tommy Montague, who again back in the first inning hit an absolute mammoth home run to center field and then walked his second time up. So 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Brady Ernest trying to leave that leadoff walk out at second base. Ernest delivers a curveball down low, blocked up by Selman. Selman did a nice job there on that pop-up, as most catchers know, is the ball's going to come back, and he was in perfect position. Didn't have to step back at all. Threw the mask, cleared himself. Nice play on the foul out as that curveball swung on again by Montague. That one bounces off the wall. Montague going to be into second with an RBI double. Tommy Montague tearing the cover off the ball here at Patriot Field. Morgantown now leads 6-2. Tommy Montag, 2 absolute bullets for the cleanup hitter from University. Gives Morgantown a 6-2 lead here in the top of the 4th. Brings up the pitcher, number 11, Mason Cheney, who I believe might lay a bunt down here. He took a peek at third, takes a curveball up. Mason Cheney, who was the pitcher, now the second baseman, who I was saying made a ridiculous play to end the 3rd inning. He lined out to third his first time up, singled his second time up. He'll foul that ball straight back. So the defending state champs find themselves down 6-2 to Morgantown here in the top of the 4th inning. After a Tommy Montag double over the right fielder's head, banged up against the wall. Is Cheney going to ground to short? Murray fields and throws over to first base for the 3rd out. So, again, after a Tommy Montag double, Morgantown takes a 6-2 lead heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Patriot Field.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
Welcome back here to Patriot Field, here on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Again, every time I'm here, it makes me jealous that I never got to play here. Well, obviously I played here, but not on this surface here at Patriot Field. An absolutely gorgeous new turf field. If you haven't seen it, folks, got to get up here to a game. Is nothing like it. And I got to say, ever since they cut the trees down, there used to be some pine trees over here to the left that kind of blocked the wind. But now that those pine trees are gone, man, that wind just blows constantly out the right field. Don't know if that just aided that double from Tommy Montag last half inning. But here we go. Morgantown leads 6-2. In the bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for post 1 is the catcher, number 2, Jack Selman. He grounded out to short his first time up. It's now the pitcher for Morgantown, Danny Graybo, delivers a fastball inside. Misses for ball 1. Graybo from University High School, 6'1", 190. Originally was at shortstop to start the game as Selman takes another ball inside, 2-0. Graybo and working pretty quick here. 3-0 on Selman as he misses down with that fastball. Graybo from the wind delivers fastball, misses up and in, so a leadoff walk for the catcher Jack Selman. Will bring up the 9-hitter, the center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Took one right in the back. It was a 1-2 pitch, so definitely will take that if you're Braxton Billick. Billick hitting .444 on the year. Just 14 plate appearances for Billick. So he takes that fastball down. 5 straight balls from Graybo. So post 1 going to try to take advantage here. Maybe a little wild Danny Graybo, who came in last inning for Mason Cheney. As Billick will square at bunt, he'll push one up the first base line. Will go foul. Don't know if Billick was trying to bunt for a hit there. think he almost squared for a sacrifice. Was a little bit late, but would have been difficult for him to get out of the box. He kind of was leaning back. As Grable would deliver, Billick swings through that one. 1-2 on the 9-hitter. Speedy center fielder Braxton Billick, coming off a state championship with Wheeling Central. As Selman takes his lead off of first, Danny Grabo set from the stretch now. As Billick fouls that one off to the right side. Stays alive, 1-2 still. On a center fielder. Would love to have first and second here for the top of the order for post 1. Danny Grabo sets, delivers, grounded through the left side, and a base hit for the 9-hitter Braxton Billick on a 1-2 pitch. Great job from Billick to shorten up there and just poke that to the left side as the third baseman Tommy Montague was drawn in there. Shortstop Dylan Travinsky was in double play depth, so a big hole on that left side, and Billick just poked it through. We'll set up the top of the order for post 1, first and second, nobody out. For leadoff hitter Chris Upton. Upton reached on an error in the first inning and then struck out in the second inning. As Upton squares the bunt, that's a beauty. That'll left the third base line, but will roll foul. That's probably where, if you have dirt, that ball might have stayed fair, kind of dying that dirt. But since we're on turf, had a little bit of spin after it landed. Went foul. Pitcher Danny Grabo came over and killed it. You could hear the Morgantown dugout saying, kill it, kill it, kill it. So 0-1 on Upton. We'll see if he tries to square again. Montague's still kind of playing about even with the bag. If I was him, I'd probably take a couple more steps in as Upton does square again, pulls back, fastball missed outside. So again, if I'm Chris Upton, I think I'm definitely thinking put this down again. He got down and got his signs from Coach Castelo. Upton back in the box, though. If you want to bunt, I would take a few steps up in that box. As Travinsky went over, looked like they may have had a pickoff play on, but maybe not on the same page there was the pitcher Grabo. As Travinsky went over, he stepped off. So let's see if Chris Upton tries to square again here. And they do throw into center field. As Grabo went to pick off Billick, and the throw does go into center field, through to second base. But the throw went into center field, and Billick will take second on the throw as Selman goes into third. So second and third with nobody out here for the top of the order. That was kind of an odd pickoff play there as Grabo stepped off but didn't turn. It wasn't like an outside move. He kind of threw off balance, kind of against his body, and that's why that throw went into center field. That was an odd-looking play. As Upton takes a ball 2-1. A left fielder. Grabo delivers a fastball low. 3-1 on Chris Upton. And Mason Chaney, who was the starting pitcher, going to go in, have a few words with Grabo. Mason Chaney seems to be one of the leaders on this post 2 team. He is a college player, again, at West Liberty University. Near and dear to my heart. So here we go. Danny Grabo, after a little conference with Chaney, steps back up on the mound. Delivers to Chris Upton, and Upton will take a strike on the outside half. Pushes the count to 3-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Post 1 lead trails 6-2. As Upton will take ball 4. And that will load the bases for post 1 with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth, and we're going to have a conference. Let's see if post 2 going to make a change here. Infielders coming in. Wait to see what they do here. Looks like Just going to have a talk with Graybo. Might not go to another guy here as Seth Cover going to come up for post one of their best hitters. Seth Cover hitting .562 on the year. His first time up, flew out to the warning track and left and then grounded out to short. His second time up. So Seth Cover up here with nobody out. The bases loaded for post one. Bottom of the fourth inning. Post one looking for a big hit. Get back in this game, but honestly, post one is never out of any game the way they hit the ball. Here we go. Pitcher Danny Graybo delivers fastball on the inside corner for strike one. 0-1 on Cover. Cover, knees bent. Graybo delivers. Ground ball down the left field line. That'll stay fair. 1 run scores. 2 runs scores. 3 runs might score. Here comes Upton. He will stand up here at home plate as Seth Cover delivers a big 3-run double down the left field line. And all of a sudden, it is now a 6-5 game. Big time double from Seth Cover. Just bumps that average up from .562. No big deal. Man, and goodness, just like I was saying, post one never out of any game the way that they swing the bat. And then here you go. You think you get through Seth Cover. Now here comes Jackson Murray, who's hitting a measly .630 on the year. So just when you think you got the best hitter out of the way, here comes Jackson Murray. So Seth Cover out at second. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the fourth is Murray going to square to bunt. Pulls back, but will be called a strike. 0-1 on the shortstop, Murray. First baseman, Nate Wolf playing way in here. As Murray takes a fastball inside, 1-1. Murray lined out the left field his first time up and then struck out. Back in the third inning on a high fastball from Mason Chaney. So 1-1 on Murray. Cover takes the lead off a second. Murray lines one through the right side. Cover going to be held at third. As the throw is going to be cut off by the pitcher. But either way, Jackson Murray, another hit. Goes the other way this time. Just poked it through the right side. Nice piece of hitting for Jackson Murray. I don't know if he maybe recognized that first baseman, Nate Wolf, was way up. Either way, he pokes one through the right side, brings up the cleanup man, the first baseman, number 4, Reese Davis, who back in the first inning hit a ground rule double out to left center field and was hit by a pitch. And Davis way up in the box right now. He's going to square to bunt, pulls back, and Murray takes off for second. He'll be in there safely. So with nobody out, post one really in business now. Second and third. 1-0 on the first baseman, Davis. Graybo delivers fastball down. As you can see now, Davis, excuse me, actually it looks like we are going to have, actually now Rocco Dijon Domenico up at the plate, excuse me, hitting for Reese Davis. So sorry there, Rocco now. I don't know if they made that defensive change. We'll see next inning. I mean, I believe they would have, as Morgantown going to come bring their infield in. 3-0 on Dijon Domenico. Fastball misses up. Ball 4 to Dijon Domenico. So bases loaded for post one. Nobody out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Morgantown leads 6-5, and it looks like Morgantown going to go to the pen. So after a walk to Rocco Dijon Domenico, post one loads the bases with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the fourth, we'll run down our sponsors real quick. TNY Payroll Pros, your hometown resource for expert tax, accounting, and financial services. Whether you're a business owner looking for smart bookkeeping solutions or just need help navigating your personal taxes, James Taylor and his team have the experience and dedication to get the job done right. Conveniently located here in the Ohio Valley and trusted by clients for over 30 years. Visit jamestaylorcpa.com to learn more. As well as TechnoCap Closures, a global leader in metal packaging with a proud presence right here in the Ohio Valley. From food and beverage to cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, TechnoCap manufactures high-quality closures and packaging solutions trusted by major brands around the world with innovation, sustainability, and local jobs at the forefront. TechnoCap is helping shape the future of manufacturing. Learn more at technocapclosures.com as well as Mail America, one of the nation's leading direct mail production companies, proudly based right here in the Ohio Valley for over 35 years. Mail America has delivered fast, affordable, and effective direct mail services for clients across the country. From design to delivery, they handle it all under one roof. When it comes to direct mail that gets results, trust the experts at mailamerica.com, as well as all of our sponsors who make this possible for us to be up here at Patriot Field. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, ATM Man Stan Szynski, Wakeham's Bar, Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, S&D Painting, Glamp Life, TechnoCap Closures, TNY Payroll Pros, Tenant Law Offices, Mail America, and Belmont Savings Bank. Morgantown. Going to go to the pen here as they will bring on the lefty. 6'1", 180-pound left-handed pitcher, Hayden Jones from Concord. So another college product. We've seen a handful here today for both teams. So Hayden Jones on now for Morgantown. He wears number 21, big lanky lefty. I believe Grabo will head to the bench as Travinsky stays out at short, where Grabo started the game. Here we go. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Right fielder, number 1, Zade Billings, at the plate for post 1. He walked his first time up, struck out his second time as Jones delivers a fastball, misses high and away. So we got another MEC product. And Hayden Jones, the lefty, going to try to work out of this jam for post 2. Billings 1-0, takes a fastball inside, 2-0 on Billings. If you're Billings, this pitch has got to be right there. You got to be either able to drive this pitch out of the ballpark or take it. As he swings through that fastball. 2-1 on Billings. Took a healthy cut at that one. I think it was a little low. Probably not the best pitch to hit, but either way, Billings geared up. 2-1. Hayden Jones, the lefty, delivers. And that one skips away, but bounces right back to the catcher, Joey DeRigi. That one fastball looked like it just clipped the mitt of the catcher. Hit the backstop and bounced right back. That hard padding behind home plate here. But 3-1 on Zade Billings. Again, got to have a pitch to drive here. Jones delivers. Fastball in there as Billings threw his bat. Looks back at umpire Sean Hanley saying, my bad, as he thought that was ball 4. So 3-2 on Billings. Got to try to put something in play here. Infield playing back, corners in for post 2. Middle infield at double play depth. Jones would love a ground ball here right to the shortstop. Is that slider misses outside. Ball 4, walks home a run. Seth Cover touches the plate, and we are tied here at Patriot Field 6-6. Post 1 has put 4 on the board here. The bottom of the 4th. Ties this thing back up. We got a brand new ball game after trailing 3-0 early in the first inning. We'll bring up the DH number 6, Henry Anderson. Post 1 scored 4. They are not done yet. Bases loaded still with nobody out as Anderson takes ball 1. So Anderson got to be thinking here that Jones is going to throw something over the plate here. I wouldn't be surprised if Henry Anderson's geared up to drive this one. His fastball in there on the inside half, 1-1 on the DH. Hank Anderson, he walked both of his times up, once in the first, once in the third. Jones sets, delivers a fastball up, 2-1 on Anderson. So Big Hank gets ahead. And you got to imagine Anderson is geared up to drive one here. And he does. That ball's hit deep to center field. Center fielder going back, and that one's gone! A grand slam for the DH, Hank Anderson. And post one, all of a sudden, takes a 10-6 lead. A grand slam to dead center field from Henry Anderson. And just like that, post one, now up 4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. My goodness, how many times have we seen home runs to dead center field for post one? Jubb letting me know that's his 2nd grand slam of the year. Are you kidding me, Henry Anderson? Just like I was saying earlier in the game, post one is never out of any game the way that they swing the bat. I mean, it is amazing what this team can do. As we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Ethan Clark. That'll be now taking over at third base. I'd imagine this Rylan Robb, Wheeling Park product, Shepherd commit. So my goodness, Henry Anderson, an absolute bomb to dead center field, cleared the tall red wall. And I got to say, I have never seen so many home runs hit here at Patriot Field since I've come here about 2 weeks ago. It is amazing as that fastball misses up, 2-1 on Rylan Robb. Excuse me, 10-6 post one leads. As that's ball 3 to Robb. Making some changes to my lineup card here. As Robb 3-1 from Jones. Misses down low. Ball 4 to Rylan Robb. So after the grand slam from Anderson, Robb draws a walk. And post one is now batted around here in the 4th inning. We'll bring back up Jack Selman, who walked to start the inning. Catcher Joey DeRigi going to go out and have some words with Hayden Jones. Selman led off this inning with a walk, is now back up and still with nobody out. Robb leading off of first. Selman takes a fastball in there, 0-1 on the catcher. Delivery from Jones, misses inside, skips back to the backstop. Robb will head down to second. So another runner in scoring position for post one. Back to Rylan Robb. He's hitting .294 on the year in 20 plate appearances. We'll keep it right there after a walk. As Selman stands tall, takes that fastball on the outer half, strike 2. Two and 2 on Jack Selman. He was batting for his 2nd time here in the 4th inning. Jones delivers, curveball, misses outside, so now 3 and 2. Hayden Jones from Concord. Trying to work out. Here is Selman drives one to deep center field. Center fielder going back. He will make the catch on the run. Rob going to tag. He'll head to third. So Selman does his job to get the runner to third with one out. Selman gave that one a ride. A nice piece, but a nice running catch going backwards was the center fielder Parker Jeffries. We'll bring back up the 9-hitter Braxton Billick, who had a big 2-strike single to the left side. This Morgantown going to peel back to second on the tag from Rob, but not successful. Rob did tag. So Billick, again, had a big 2-strike hit through the left side his first time up. I wouldn't be surprised if Billick lays down a bunt here. As that fastball misses low. You know, Anderson, it's a big blow off a grand slam, and then still got the momentum in your favor. I wouldn't be surprised if Billick laid one down here to try to get Rob home as the 9-hitter. Billick takes a fastball low, 2-0. It's kind of the, well, at least it was when we played our mantra, small ball and just bunt you to death. It's the hardest play to defend in baseball is the bunt. As Billick going to loft one out the right field, would be plenty deep for Rob. The tag right fielder makes the catch. Rob tags, and he will score standing up. So a good job again from Braxton Billick to put the ball in play. Sack fly out the right field, and Post 1 extends their lead 11-6 here in the bottom of the fourth. Great job by Braxton Billick. 2 good at bats in this inning. A 2-strike single to the left side, and then shorten up there, just put the ball in play. Flies out to right field. Rob's able to score easy. Great job from Braxton Billick, West Liberty Hilltopper commit. Bring back the top of the order, Chris Upton, who lays down a bunt. Again, foul. Tried the same thing earlier in this inning, but rolled foul as well. He walked to load the bases earlier in the inning. So how about Post 1? A bases clearing double from Seth Cover and a grand slam from Henry Anderson in the inning as Chris Upton takes a fastball low. One and one on the left-handed hitting left fielder. He'll take a fastball inside for strike 2. 1-2 on Upton. Upton reached on an error back in the first inning and struck out in the second. Upton hitting .512, and he just raised that average as he slaps one through the left side for a single. So he reaches base for the second time this inning. We'll bring up Seth Cover, who I just said earlier in the inning, hit a bases clearing double down the left field line to make it a 1-run game. Chris Upton, a great piece of hitting with 2 strikes to slap him through the 5-6 hole. Jones moves over, check on the runner. Cover. As Upton takes off to second, throw down, not in time. Chris Upton swipes second. So a hit here. Tack on another run for Post 1. Man, Post 1 has been very successful on stealing bags this whole year, really. As Jones delivers. That one off the mitt of DeRiggi, allowing Upton to head down to third base. It'll be 1-1 on Seth Cover. This has been a long inning for Post 2. You know, they are dying to get back into that dugout. As again, it is a hot one today, as everybody knows. As Jones delivers. As that one skips under the mitt of DeRiggi, Upton thought about coming home twice and then decided to put on the brakes as that one bounced pretty close back to the catcher Upton thought about it with 2 outs, but don't want to run out of an out here with Seth Cover at the plate. Jones, he delivers fastball, misses out. 3-1 on Seth Cover. Heavy hitting second baseman for post 1. Before this game, hitting .562. As he takes in walk, will reach and make it first and third for post 1 with 2 outs. Brings up a guy who amazingly is hitting higher than Seth Cover. Who I've said multiple times this year or this game, Jackson Murray, the shortstop, number 35, singled to the right side his first time up this inning. As he takes a fastball away. See if Cover tries to swipe second. Get into scoring position with 2 outs for Jackson Murray. But again, don't want to run into an out. Although post 1 has been successful swiping bags. Don't want to run into an out with Murray at the plate as Jones throws over. Checks on Cover. And if you're in the stream, let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, how you're doing today, how you're doing in this heat. It is hot. As Cover does take off for second base. No throw to second. So Seth Cover swipes second, moves into scoring position with 2 outs for Jackson Murray. As that one was high, 2-0 on the shortstop, who's hitting, before this game, .630. I know I keep saying, but that's just an absurd number. But Jackson Murray, 2-0, a dangerous spot here for Hayden Jones. So he delivers a fastball. I'm surprised Murray didn't unload on that one. 2-1 on Jackson Murray. Good basketball player for the Lindsley School here in Wheeling. As Jones delivers, Murray takes down low. 3-1. Number 35. Jub, you making a call here? You get a call? I'm going to say Murray, left center field, scores them both for a double. Here we go, Jones, 3-1 delivery. Ball 4 outside, so Jackson Murray draws a walk. Probably not a horrible walk there for Jones. You have an open base. So Murray will trot down to first base and will load up the bases once again. For post 1, we'll bring up now the first baseman, number 13, Rocco DiGiandomenico, and it looks like Morgantown going to go to the pen again. And they will. Jones will depart. See who Morgantown goes with. We'll take it to break real quick as we'll be back here at Patriot Field after pitching change for Morgantown post 2.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life. Your luxury retreat.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back into Patriot Field. Here as Lucas Shin, who is a left fielder, will take over on the mound. Anton Crudup will go to second. And Mason Cheney, who was at second, will head out to left field. As Hayden Jones exits. So again, Crudup heads to second. Shin, who is the left fielder, heads to the mound. And then Cheney, who was a starting pitcher, then headed to second base. Goes out to left field, and it'll be hit out to Cheney from Dijon Domenico. Throw home from Cheney, no good. As it'll be a 2-run single for Rocco Dijon Domenico. He'll head to second on the throw. Murray goes to third. Post 1 takes a 13-6 lead. What an inning it has been for Post 1. They've put 11 on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And just like I was saying earlier, this team is not out of any game. The way that they hit the ball will bring up the right fielder, number 1, Zade Billings, and Billings will fly one out to right field. Right fielder will give way to the center fielder, and that one will drop. Cannot be caught out in center field. 2 more runs will come in for Post 1. Murray scores. Dijon Domenico scores. Billings into second base. You know, and I think that probably is going to be a double. I don't think that hit the glove of the center fielder, Parker Jeffries. I think he just completely missed that ball. So Billings will take it, and we'll call it a double up here. At least I'll call it a double. I don't think that hit the glove of Jeffries. That ball absolutely should have been caught, but either way, Post 1 takes a 15-6 lead. They've put 13 on the board. Here is Billings takes a huge lead off of second. Shin going to step off. That one's fouled off the foot of Henry Anderson, who hit a grand slam earlier this inning. So Anderson with the runner out on second and Billings. Shin delivers a slider outside. One and one on Anderson. Fastball misses up and in. 2-1 on the big DH, Henry Anderson. Batting for his second time this inning. Almost getting close to Selman's third at bat, who led off this inning. As that one misses outside. 3-1 on Anderson. And again, a good hitting count for Anderson. Base open, though. Jubb said during break this was a 40-minute inning, probably creeping up on 50 now as that one misses. Ball 4 to Henry Anderson. So another runner. And amazingly, Jack Selman, who led off this inning 45 minutes ago, is on deck. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Rylan Robb, who walked and then singled in this inning. He swings at that first pitch curveball, fouls it straight back. As my 4th inning on my scorecard here is getting pretty insane. I'm almost starting to lose track of who the heck hit, what they did. A lot of B's in here. BB, 1B, 2B. So 0-1 to Robb. Nearly hits him. Turns out of the way. 1-1 on the new third baseman, Rylan Robb, who came in for Ethan Clark. what felt like forever ago, but still remains the 4th inning. Shin delivers. Curveball swung on, blooped out the right field. That one's falling. Right fielder coming over, and he will make the catch. And that will finally put an end to the 4th inning. Post 1 scores 13. Here in the bottom of the 4th, they lead now 15-6.
If your business needs an ATM, call the ATM man, Stan Staszynski, a former Post 1 player and proud supporter of Wheeling American Legion Post 1 baseball. Need it fast? The ATM man offers same-day ATM placement. Are your credit card processing fees too high? Call the ATM man today at 304-215-3165. Locally owned but local service. Whether you need credit card processing or ATM placement, call the ATM man at 304-215-3165. That's 304-215-3165.
Looking for a smarter way to manage your business finances? James Taylor, CPA in Wheeling, West Virginia, is your go-to pro for hassle-free bookkeeping, payroll, tax prep, and more. Powered by secure cloud-based software. Accessible, efficient, personalized. With 15-plus years of experience, James brings peace of mind to your numbers so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business. Call 304-905-8372 or visit jamestaylorcpa.com. Accounting made simple, the way it should be.
Hey, folks, welcome back in here to Patriot Field after a, what would you call it, Jubb? 50 minutes? 50-minute bottom of the 4th inning. Post 1 now leads 15-6. We'll have a new pitcher out there for the blue and gold. Be number 30, Tucker Doty, senior from Lindsley. Again, Post 1, we're trying to tally up what we got here. Post 1 had 6 or 7 hits, 7 walks that last inning. Grand slam from Henry Anderson, a bases clearing double for Seth Cover. And amazingly, once was down 3-0, now leads 15-6. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Tucker Doty on for Post 1, leading off for Post 2. Is number 5, now the pitcher, Lucas Shin. Shin lined out to center field and then bunted back to the pitcher and was thrown out on a fielder's choice. Back in the 3rd inning. Shin again was the left fielder, moved in to the mound. Tucker Doty, 0-2 on Shin. Fastball just misses outside. Doty wanted that one. Doty from the wind. Got his sign. Delivers. Curveball swung on and missed. From Shin. So a strikeout to start the top of the 5th for Tucker Doty. Beautiful pitch. Curveball in the outer half. Shin reached for it. Couldn't get a piece of it. We'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Parker Jeffries. He walked in the 2nd inning. Lined out to center field in the 3rd as that fastball from Doty misses inside. One 1-0 from Doty. Swung on, fouled straight back. 1-1. Parker Jeffries, 5'10", 165. Outfielder from Garrett College. That curveball in there. Catches the plate, 1-2 on Jeffries. Doty nods yes, steps back, kicks, delivers, grounded to 3rd. Robb over. He'll field and throw. Money for Rylan Robb. Rylan Robb automatic almost over there at 3rd base. He plays a very good third base here for post one. As he came on for Ethan Clark in the 4th inning. That'll bring up number 25, the catcher, Joey DeRigi. As Doty delivers a fastball up and away, ball 1. Doty, 1-0, swung on and missed. Nice fastball. Doty in from the wind. There's another fastball inside. Ball 2, 2-1. On the catcher. He bunted back to the pitcher his first time up. Was Ernest at the time. Threw out the runner at second base. Fielder's choice, and then walked in the 3rd inning. As that fastball misses 3-1 to the catcher, Doty, trying to avoid a 2-out walk here. As that fastball swung on and missed, a 3-2 on DeRigi. 2 outs, post one leads 15-6 after a 13-run bottom of the 4th. Doty delivers that fastball in there. Got DeRigi looking. Tucker Doty, 1-2-3 for post one. And they will head to the dugout, still leading 15-6.
For over 140 years, Belmont Savings Bank has been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbor, your supporter, and ingrained in your community. Cheering at Little League games to supporting our local schools and businesses, we've been here, growing together. And it's all because of you. Your trust, your dreams, your everyday moments help keep Belmont Savings Bank moving forward. So let's keep writing this story together. And when it's time to start your next chapter, Belmont Savings Bank will be here to lend a hand. Belmont Savings Bank. How may we help you today?
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Back here at Patriot Field, campus of Wheeling Park High School, leading off bottom of the 5th inning for post one. The catcher, number 2, Jack Selman. Was hoping Jack got his 3rd at bat of the inning last inning. That 13-run bottom of the 4th. I got to say, this has to be one of the best stretches offensively for post one, maybe ever. I mean, this team is putting up some ridiculous runs. Selman takes a curveball in there for strike 1. I mean, the other day against Ritchie County, put up 23 and 18. That curveball misses up 15 today against Morgantown. There is no worries about this team offensively, no doubt. Selman checks his swing on a curveball outside, 2-1 from Selman. A run for post one would end it. The mercy rule would come into effect. Selman takes that one outside, 3-1 for Selman, and I'm sure those guys down in that post one dugout are wanting that run. Get out of this heat, because my goodness, we are sweating up here in the booth. I can only imagine the guys down on the field. As Lucas Shin still out there for Morgantown. That one misses up. Jack Selman draws a leadoff walk. We'll bring up a center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick, who's having himself a nice day, hit by a pitch, single, sac fly. Some team at bats for Braxton Billick as he takes a couple steps up. He's going to square to bunt, and he'll put it down. That's a beauty. Billick, quick, and he will beat it out. Oh, no. He's called out at first base. Thought he beat it. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit there as Braxton Billick lays down a beauty. Nice play from the pitcher, Shin. Get off the mound, throw to first. We'll record the first out of the inning, but Selman heads down to second. So, again, another team at bat there from Braxton Billick. We'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Chris Upton. As Upton swings through that first pitch curveball from Shin. Upton's reached on an air, struck out, walked, and singled. As Dirigi going to go head out to the mound, have a little conference with the pitcher, Shin. And if you're in Morgantown, this is Murderer's Row coming up here, as they call it, for post one. Upton, Cover, Murray. 1, 2, 3 for post one. All guys hitting above 500. That one's grounded over to second base. Anton Crudup has it. Will throw over to first base. First base will retire Upton for the second out. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, we'll bring up the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. And back in the fourth inning, had a 3-run double down the left field line, then walked. Oh, and that one will hit him high, right between the numbers, as Seth Cover takes another hit by pitch. Was hit 5 times the other day in 2 games, and takes another one there up high and tight. Looked like it hit him right between the twos. So Seth Cover takes one for the team and now brings up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray, with first and third for post one. Is that curveball blocked up by Dirigi? 1-0 on Murray. Post one leads 15-6, trying to get that run in from third would end it due to mercy rule. Move over to first base. Cover in there safely. So how about that? You get hit by a pitch and then thrown over to first on that shoulder. Shin delivers. Murray takes a strike. The bottom of the zone, 1-1. On the shortstop, as Shin sets, delivers. Curveball misses inside. 2-1 on Murray. So, again, that murderer's row for post one. Upton, the leadoff hitter, hitting .512. Cover, .562. Murray, .630. How about that for a 1-2-3 start of your lineup, as Murray pops one foul and going to get out of play. Hits right on the bleachers over there on the first base line. Two and two on Murray. First and third for post one, and Cover's not being held on over there at first. I guess his run means nothing. So he'll take off to second as Murray drives one into right center field. Center fielder tracking, and that one will fall and bounce over the wall. And that will do it here at Patriot Field. I mean, as always, Jackson Murray, it is unbelievable what this kid is doing this year. It is just, it's almost hard to believe. Jackson Murray, an absolute rope double into the right center field alley, bounces over the wall, and that will do it. We'll end it here at Patriot Field. Post one wins 16-6. And my goodness, this team, like I said earlier, is out of no game. They trailed 3-0 in the first game and end up winning 16-6. It is just, it is amazing what this team is doing right now offensively. But that will do it for us here at Patriot Field. Post one back in action down at Morgantown on Thursday. We'll let you know if we will be broadcasting that game. Not sure of our status yet. Tomorrow, though, we will be broadcasting the Wheeling Central Martins Ferry girls basketball game, and then the Wheeling Central Wheeling Park basketball game, the scrimmage out at Wheeling Central for the flood victims here in the Ohio Valley. So tune into that tomorrow. Should be a really fun day for a great cause. We're excited to do it. But for us here at Patriot Field, we're the Pine Room Studios, as we are signing off here from Patriot Field on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Post 1 wins 16-6 over Morgantown Post 2. We'll see you tomorrow.